There's a difference between aging and being seasoned. To be seasoned is not just to grow older, it's to let life move through you, to be softened, shaped, stretched, and yes, sometimes scarred, but in a way that leaves room for wisdom, not just wear. That's what I want to explore with you today. Because if we're honest, so much of our suffering doesn't come from life itself, it comes from our resistance to life. Life is change, life is impermanence, life is motion. And when we try to control change, when we try to change change itself, we move out of alignment with what we are. We are life, we are seasons. And to deny that is to deny the very nature of our being. There is this phrase I've heard often: ego is there to protect you. And I want to be clear because I don't agree. That idea always left me feeling confused because if ego is protecting me, why does it feel like I'm betraying myself? Why do I end up exhausted, fragmented, ashamed? That's not protection. That's survival at the cost of self. And here's how I see it: ego is not your nervous system, ego is not your body, ego is not your breath. The nervous system's job is to protect you, to keep you alive in moments of perceived threat. The ego, though, the ego was constructed in the absence of love. It was born in fear, and it doesn't exist to protect you. It exists to protect itself. Your body is a vessel for truth. The body stores memory, not to punish you, but to preserve you. The nervous system doesn't lie. It responds to your lived experience. But ego lies all the time. It hijacks perception. It distorts reality. It screams, you are not enough. You are broken. You're alone. Not because that's true, but because it needs fear to stay alive. And this is where things get twisted because fear becomes something we fear, not because fear is bad, but because ego turned it into a weapon. The internal conflict you feel, that's not you versus you. That's you versus ego, you versus the false self that was built to survive a moment you didn't have the tools to fully experience. And it feeds an unresolved pain. So when we talk about impermanence, when we talk about grief and change and loss, this is the truth I keep returning to. Life will shape you, it will stretch you, it will strip you, but only ego tries to shrink you in the process. This is why I say, let life season you, not wear you down. Let your wrinkles carry stories, not sorrow. Let your eyes hold presence, not protection. Let your body be a mirror, not a battleground. Because the moment you stop resisting the season you're in, you start receiving the wisdom it holds. And maybe this is what it means to be truly alive, not to be in control, but to be in communion with your body, with your breath, with life itself. So I leave you with this question: what season are you in? And are you letting it shape you? Or are you trying to escape it? Because the invitation is always here: to be seasoned, not just aged, to be present, not just preserved, to let life leave its wisdom, not just its rare. One of the most misunderstood phrases in spiritual teachings is this: life is an illusion. When I first heard that, I remember thinking, then what's the point? If this is all an illusion, why bother? Why try? Why care? Why not keep just doing what I'm doing and stop searching for anything deeper? But the illusion isn't life itself. The illusion is how ego sees life, the distortion. Ego takes what is real, what is sacred, and manipulates it through the lens of fear. And that's the illusion. Ego as truth. When you're living from ego, from asmita, the false I, you're not experiencing life. You're experiencing ego's version of it, a fragmented, distorted, survival based projection. And ego gets loud. It uses stories, chemicals, cravings, even language itself to keep its grip on your perception. So, no, life is not an illusion. Ego is. And what ego fears most is your presence, because presence dissolves it. See, ego doesn't protect you. Your body protects you. Your nervous system, that's what keeps you alive. That's what regulates, balances, responds to the world. The ego isn't your protector. It's your interrupter. It hijacks your system. It loops fear, triggers dopamine cravings, seeks pleasure as a substitute for peace. It mimics the feeling of fulfillment without ever letting you arrive there. But the body, your body knows. Your body wants stillness. It wants regulation. It wants serotonin, safety, slowness. And when you meet your body there in presence, in breath, you come home. This is why real change, the kind that anchors you into peace, doesn't come from chasing more. It comes from removing what's in the way. Not fixing, but dissolving. Not adding more layers, but peeling them back. You don't need to become anything. You need to remember what you were before ego told you who to be. And this is where desire becomes dangerous. Because when desire comes from the wound, when it is rooted in the false self, it's insatiable. It's ego chasing dopamine, chasing approval, chasing validation, chasing safety in all the places safety can't be found. That's not true desire. That's distortion. And every time you follow it, you return not to yourself, but to the wound, the loop. So the question is not, what do I want? The deeper question is, who is asking? Because if it's ego asking, the answer will only lead you further away. But if it's presence asking, if it's awareness, if it's your body whispering, then what you want isn't found into getting something. It's to come back to yourself. That's what this whole journey is. Not becoming someone new, not curating a better version of yourself, by sitting in the right seat of consciousness. So I'll ask you, whose voice are you following? Is it the voice of fear, ego, or the voice of truth, presence? Are you reacting or remembering? Are you being worn down or are you being seasoned? Because life will shape you, but only you get to choose how you show up in the shaping. Let it leave its wisdom, not just its wear. Let's take a moment now, not to think, but to feel. To be here with yourself as you are. If you're able, close your eyes, place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Let your body know we're not rushing. Allow a breath to come in through your nose, a slow, steady inhale, and then gently let it go through your mouth like a sigh, not forced, just a soft release. And again, inhale through your nose. Feel the breath touch your hand. And exhale through your mouth. Let your shoulders soften, your jaw unclench. Now ask your body, not your mind, what am I carrying that I've been afraid to feel? What have I been protecting myself from by leaving presence? You don't have to name it. You don't have to fix it. Just let it be there. Let it rise. Let it speak in sensation, in breath, in weight, or in stillness. Notice the place in you that tightens, that pulls, that resists. Can you stay with it for one more breath? Feel your feet on the floor. Feel your seat supported by the ground beneath you. You don't have to hold this alone. The earth is holding you. Now say gently inward, I'm here now. I'm listening. I'm safe enough to feel. Let your breath return to its natural rhythm. Let your body settle. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes or lift your gaze. Remember, stillness isn't silence. Stillness is the moment your body feels safe enough to speak what the mind cannot understand. You can return to this pause anytime. You're not here to control life. You're here to live it, to let it move through you, to let it season you, not just wear you down. Ego will try to protect itself through resistance, but you are not ego. You are presence. You are awareness. And every time you return to this moment, you remember who you are beneath the noise. So pause, let yourself feel, let yourself be with what arises, not to fix, but to witness. This is the work. This is the path. Not to become someone new, but to come back to the self you were before ego took the lead. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your attention. Your attention is one of the most sacred gifts you have to offer. It is the most prized part of your being because where your attention goes, it feeds. And whatever it feeds, it grows. And when you choose to place it here with me, I don't take that lightly. So if you're still here, still listening, please know I feel the gift you've given me. In a world that pulls us in 1,000 directions, you chose to bring your awareness here. And that means more than words can say. When I speak, when I share, it's with the remembering of your presence. Your attention is felt, received, and honored. So as you return to your day, your life, and your breath, may you carry your attention with reverence. May you place it where your soul feels safe. And may you remember you don't need to chase anything to be whole. You are already here, already home. Until next time. Be well, be true, and let life season you.